Hey, 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 peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
The regrets women have after divorce vary due to circumstance, but here are the ones that I hear over and over again. I'm Leah Marie. I help women through the mental and emotional side of divorce so that they can love their new chapter. The first most common regret I hear is that they stayed in a toxic relationship too long and they wish they would have left sooner. A lot of women also regret moving too quickly into a new relationship. Another huge regret that I see, especially with moms, is they neglected to practice self-care. I cannot stress how important it is to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health during and after divorce. And lastly, a huge common regret is that they didn't seek support. A lot of emotional turmoil comes with divorce. That's why it's so important to not isolate yourself and get support. This could be friends, family, a therapist, support groups, or a coach like me. If you want to come join an epic community of women who have access to exclusive trainings and tools every single week, come join the next chapter. Go to the you know what to learn more.
Sometimes, people make decisions they later regret, especially in relationships. One common situation where this happens is in marriage. Imagine a woman who decides to file for divorce because she feels unhappy or thinks things aren't working anymore. She believes ending the marriage will make her feel better, but after she files, things don't go as she expected. Instead of feeling relief or happiness, she begins to feel regret, especially if her ex-husband does something that makes the situation even more difficult.
Type of bitch don't give a fuck. Falling in love.
I'm only making this video because his has garnished over 1 million views and he's got a lot of you fooled. So on February 13th, I reached out to him about this message here. And for context, when I got out of treatment, it had been exactly 1 month since he had possession of the paperwork. And I was under the impression I was going to get something either while I was in treatment, which he had the address for, or when I got home, which he also had the address for. This is from the same day, February 13th, and he explains that he never lied about going to the courthouse. He got the paperwork. He just hasn't had time to file it yet, okay? Now, regardless of what happened between he and I never got possession of my one piece of paper during that entire situation, okay? And even if we had amicably agreed to try to work things out, that's not here nor there, okay? He's trying to act like he is the one pushing for all of this, but let me show you something. This is me validating that it is still Corey's thread, and this is Friday, March 29th at 4 p.m. Right here, I'm asking him to send me pictures of the documents when you get home. There's a phone call that happens between these messages. Down here, I'm sending him the DocuSign app after the phone call. I agree that DocuSign is not a hard app to use. However, I was explaining in this voice note right here exactly how to use the app. And I told him that I know you're not stupid, but still I'm just explaining that so we're both on the same page. And he follows it with, I thought we were on the same page of me mailing it. This is Friday. So down here, I said that is confusing for me because I asked you to send it through DocuSign and you said okay. And then you said you were going to mail it, so my wires got crossed. Friday, the 29th, I said I can do my half today. I have time. Just do both for the simple sake of it. I know you're still going to mail it, but just fucking send it through DocuSign today for me and I will go and check and see if I can do it electronically in front of a notary. He said, no, I did not say I would. I said I was going to mail it. And then he agreed to do it. He asks for my email and I give it to him. I know this is a long video, guys, but come on, just bear with me. I've got to prove myself once and for all. This is the printed 2 copies that I had. Again, I hadn't signed anything yet because I wanted to see the entirety.
I got no mercy. don't deserve me. No.
Saturday at 6:30. We had a phone call where I asked him to take pictures of the documents, and he said that he had 40 pieces of paper and not the time to do it. I said, you can take pictures of 40 pieces of paper in less than 5 minutes. And he said, no, you can't. I offered a challenge to take pictures of my textbook, 40 pages, in 5 minutes. And he said, challenge accepted. You've got 5 minutes. And he hung up on me. And I was able to do it in 5 minutes. This is just 15 of them, but still. I say that's 40. I think that's 40 should be even easier because the paper, your paper is porous and not laminated like my textbooks. 42 pages. Otherwise, this can't go forward and you're the one stalling. So I finally got my half of the papers that he was withholding from me Saturday night. I found out Saturday at Amscot that I needed a private notary or a bank to notarize these documents. And so I reached out to my audience and I found one who was available the next day on Easter Sunday. She's an absolute angel for being able to do this for me. Okay. This was Sunday night at 7:30. I had a private notary at my house watch me sign and fill out the 2 copies of that one piece of paper and my notice to not appear. Okay. She FedExed it Monday morning, before he made his snotty little video. I'm incapable of stalling in a situation that I wasn't even able to participate in. He hadn't given me the paperwork to sign yet. And him acting like he's this holier than thou, send it back through DocuSign and you can't appear. You're making this video in a car that belongs to your fucking mother. And the only reason you have your license back, Corey, is because I paid for it. I'm more than ready to get away from you. I am. I have wanted this for a long time, to be rid of the abuse and the constant back and forth, the whiplash I get from your behavior, okay? I think you've sat on your pity pot long enough, okay? I did exactly what you wanted. I did it quicker than expected, quicker than you possibly could have, okay? And I am free of you, and I think it pisses you off. Stop sending your little minions my way because it's not gonna work and I always have receipts. You look dumb.
In some cases, her ex might react in a way that feels like revenge. He could act cold or spiteful, or even fight for things like custody of the kids or a larger share of their money. This might make her feel even worse and question whether divorce was the right choice. She could start to wonder if staying in the marriage would have been easier or better for her. But just because she feels regret doesn't mean she made the wrong choice.
I don't really use this account anymore. But I wanted to pop on and say hi. I just had a live stream for the first time in like a week. And I'm sorry about not really being active. I've had to focus on my mental and my physical health, and my family. So that's what I've been doing. And, right now, live hasn't been a priority for me, which is fine. It never really was a priority to me. And I've tried to limit things that aren't benefiting my greater good, in my day-to-day life because, I've been in trauma therapy now for 10 months and I'm progressing forward in my treatment plan. And I feel strongly that this social media thing that we have going on, you and I, can be incredibly toxic at times. I am fully responsible for the way that people perceive me, but I am not responsible for the way that they speak to me. However, I can limit the interactions, I can limit the information, and I can limit my stress overall. I will say that like not being on live every single day and not posting TikToks every single day has benefited my family greatly. And I don't want to change or disrupt that peace that we have. I'm feeling very secure in my relationship with my oldest son. I'm feeling very secure in my relationship with my youngest son. And I'm feeling very secure with my relationship with myself. Right now, the only person that I'm truly talking to is my therapist and my mama, of course. It's the only people that I am sharing my woes and my emotions with. And it feels very empowering, to say the least. So I love you guys. I know it's been a little bit, but I just wanted to pop in and let you know that I am posting mostly on my main page, the Erin.mj. And then I'm also active on Instagram. So if you want to see what I'm up to, those are the places you can go to see it.
Divorce is often an emotional, painful process for both people involved. It's easy to feel like things would have been better if she hadn't made that decision. But the reality is, no one can be sure of how things would have turned out if she stayed. Sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones that lead to personal growth, even if they feel overwhelming at first. When emotions run high, people don't always act their best. Both partners may make mistakes, and it can feel like they're trying to get back at each other in hurtful ways. But revenge only makes the situation worse for both sides. It's important to focus on healing and moving forward, rather than holding on to bitterness.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burned him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
Regret is normal after any big decision, especially one as significant as divorce. But it doesn't mean that decision was wrong. It might just mean there's more to learn about what a person truly needs in life. The key is to look forward and take the lessons learned into the future, no matter how hard it may seem at the moment. People can grow from their mistakes and create a better path for themselves, even after a tough choice like divorce.
On my face, I just literally pulling up to school, like doing my thing. I'm actually shaking right now. So I just wanted to address some things. I wanted to get on here and I've heard the rumors, I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the messages, I've seen the T pages, I've seen all of it, okay? So I just wanted to come on here and just answer a few questions for you. It's important for me to be transparent and honest with my audience, because that's just who I am. And even if it makes me look bad or a bunch of you are fucking mad at me for it, it's okay. All right? The rumors are true. You guys are going to hate me for saying this. The rumors are fucking true. My ass is in fact real, fat, and juicy. I'm sorry.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.